and you can quote this on me. There is no way the Orioles or Red Sox make the playoffs this season. Yeah, yeah. There's no way. There's no way.
I set the bar really low at the NBA predictions.
I don't think all Mavs fans look into the stats like I do.
It's not the Great Value Target brand toilet paper or whatever. It's the Charmin Ultra Strong.
I don't know if Nick Nurse is the coach for the Raptors. I don't know if he's the reason why they won the 2019 championship. I feel like that was more of a team effort.
The Mavs cannot say we do not miss Seth Curry shooting threes.
This questions the firing of Dwayne Casey, who I think is a very underrated coach.
To me, the Capitals really pushed all their chips for this season.
Hello, I'm Mike Grimes, and you've been listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. And we're gonna get right to it. This is a catchy, eye-catching title, and I'm gonna let the man that's spearheading this discussion, Austin, just get on with it.
I'll go straight into the argument. No preface, no introduction. The Los Angeles Clippers are currently the 8th seed in the West. They have a 6.5 game lead on the 9th seed, the Dallas Mavericks. 6.5. While that's true, they are 2.5 games out of 3rd in the West. They are closer to 3rd in the West than they are to 9th in the West. To raise the stakes even more, they're closer to 2nd in the West. They're 5.5 games back of 2nd in the West, the Rockets. So they are closer as the 8th seed to the 2 seed as they are the 9 seed. And somehow you're going to tell me that one of the 9 versus 10 games, the 9 versus 10 teams, so it's either the Mavericks or the Kings as it stands, gets to play the Clippers for a playoff spot? I just think it is the most stupid rule the NBA has ever conceived. One more second.
Yeah.
If you just go one game, they are 1 game behind the 5th seeded Warriors. 1 game. 1 game out of a 5 seed. That is, how is that team that is 1 game out of a 5 seed going to have to play for their playoff life? I just think it's inconceivably stupid.
Yeah, I think we've always had a video on the plan. We are not fans of it because also the scheduling is just terrible with the plan and when we're doing playoff predictions. But as a side, you bring up a great point. I will say personally, I want the Mavs to make the playoffs, so this is good because I want the Mavs to suffer. Just kind of on that, because I want them to make the playoffs so it hurts their draft positioning, so they don't get put in the lottery or something like that, just get embarrassed. But yeah, I did not realize it was that bad. It's 6 games, and just how competitive. I would say the Thunder and Clippers would be pretty fun. We'll have to see, though, if that's how it plays out. Same thing with Timberwolves.
Here's the thing. Again, they're so close. We don't know. I mean, they're half a game back of the Timberwolves. They're half a game back of the 6th-seeded Grizzlies. They're a game back of the Warriors. And there's still enough games left in the season to completely switch this. There's 6 or 5 games left for basically every team remaining. So
yeah, and you talk. Sorry,
I was going to say there's a lot of time for it to change very quickly.
Yeah, and you talk about how close they are. I think that would make for a more competitive series. Then anything can happen in one game, and that's kind of what makes the beauty of March Madness. But this is the professionals. It doesn't make that much sense in the Western Conference, and I'm looking at the Eastern Conference. It's pretty much closer
to the East. Yeah, the East is at least, I don't know if you remember this back from 2020. Every team that was 4 games out of a playoff spot played in the play-in. You'd be 4 games out, and that's what they are in the East. They obey the 4 games out from the playoff spot because the last team in is the Hawks with 25 games back, and the Bulls are 27 games back. So if you wanted to do it, just put rules. Hey, if you're within 4 games of the 8th seed, you get to play in the play-in. Don't make it to where it's automatically the 9 and 10 seed. It's just so stupid. And the thoughts, well, what if everyone from like 8 to 12 is 4 games down the 12 the 8 seed? You understand now how stupid it is. It's just a terrible rule. It's bad for besides the fact that it can make more money by just having another 2 games, right? Or 3 games. It's just a very stupid idea. I don't think there's a rule change I've hated more than this. I think it's easily the most hated rule. And there's a lot of rules I've hated in the MLB that have been changed or in other sports, but this is easily the one that I'm just like, this is horrible. I don't see any positive to it. Besides the fact that you make more money from those extra 6 games in the play-in.
Yeah, money is a great point. When we first started talking about the play-in, I viewed it as just this is how they're going to make playoff seeding more important. I still disagree with that. I would rather have 6 seeds because it just places the higher value on the 6 seed. I would rather just get rid of 7 and 8 and just make it a 6 seed. So then that it increases the importance of regular season games, which they're trying to do with the NBA Cup too. So it doesn't make sense either. So yeah, I don't share the same amount of passion. I'm just kind of about it, but I can understand it's not benefiting increasing the importance of regular season games.
I just think it's so bad. I just cannot imagine what the point is. I just, besides money, and if that's the answer, then I don't like you as a commissioner. I don't like you as a decision maker. Because at some point, right, fans are going to get really, really mad about it. Because, and understandably so. The Clippers are not deserving to miss the playoffs this year. Or let's say they go on a 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak, right, which they can definitely do. And it's the Timberwolves or the Grizzlies or the Warriors missing playoffs. Even the Lakers, even the Nuggets. I mean, they're just one losing streak, one bad losing streak from missing the playoffs, and that is insane. The Mavs have a record below 500, and the Clippers are 44-32. 44-32 versus 38-39. 6.5 game difference. And you expect those teams to play. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and probability is Clippers will win that game, but what if someone gets injured in that extra game? There's just so much that can go wrong in one game. Spencer Dinwiddie goes on an insane run. Anthony Davis is actually able to play with the Mavs. So that's just the point, and to me, it doesn't make sense in the NBA. It's different with March Madness. That's kind of the appeal of it. Or it's just one game, or it's just one game, and that's.
But it's not the entire playoffs. It's not even considered playoffs. It's considered play-in. So those games are just lost to time. Like, it is really hard to find those games on Basketball Reference. They don't affect your regular season or postseason stats. It's just an abyss that needs to be removed.
Yeah. Well, I know you want it to be removed. I don't think it gets removed. Do you think it ever gets removed?
Probably not, but I will say that that's not going to stop me from hating on it.
Yeah, no, I understand. And you can hear us and hate about it. Of course, I will have complaints about it with the scheduling for us when we do those NBA predictions. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.